is the BCTV Local and African News Bulletin for Friday, September 5th. Liberia's General Auditing Commission, the GAC, has recommended consolidating all government salaries under basic salaries and restricting grants transfers to non-compulsory allocations. The Criminal Court A in Monrovia has denied a defense request for live media coverage of the Capitol building arson trial. The Director General of the Africa Centers for Disease Control and Prevention on Mpox has urged that the public health emergency of continental security remain in place. An audit by the General Auditing Commission, the GAC, has revealed that the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning may be bypassing the approved salary structure by disbursing wages under the grants transfers budget category instead of basic salaries, Front Page Africa reports. The GAC warned that such practices create what it called a recipe for fraud and could enable manipulation of financial reporting or unauthorized salary payments outside the harmonized pay grade. The GAC is recommending consolidating all salaries under basic salaries and restricting grants transfers to non-compulsory allocations in line with the approved chart of accounts. The Liberian National Police have arrested several members of the ruling Unity Party Youth League following a violent protest at the Ministry of Internal Affairs on Wednesday. The demonstrators opposed Minister Francis Yumalin's reported appointment of a new deputy for administration at the National Identification Registry, insisting the post should go to party loyalist Alfonso Bele. The clash left several people injured and prompted swift police intervention. The same group staged a similar protest last week at the National Identification Registry offices in Monrovia, where multiple arrests were also made. Growing discontent is emerging among Unity Party supporters who complained that they have been sidelined despite helping bring the party to power. In more local news, the Criminal Court A Judge Roosevelt Willie has denied a defense request for live media coverage of the Capitol building arson trial, dismissing it as grandstanding and citing court rules that prohibit photography, recording, and live streaming. Judge Willie said granting such a request would give the case undue preference and risk public disrepute. The Verity newspaper reports. In a separate ruling, the court ordered medical examinations for 6 defendants who allege they were tortured and sodomized while in custody, directing the John F. Kennedy Medical Center to conduct the medical evaluations. Defense lawyers, however, asked that a private hospital be used instead. The high-profile trial involving former House Speaker J. Fonati Kofa among the accused continues to attract national attention. You're listening to the BCTV News Summary. The Emergency Consultative Group, the ECG, which advises the Director General of the Africa Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, also known as Africa CDC on Mpox, has urged that the public health emergency of continental security remain in place. Meeting on September 2 to review the outbreak and assess whether the emergency status should be lifted, the group concluded that maintaining the declaration is essential to preserve political will, mobilize resources, and keep countries on high alert. And finally, the government of Rwanda, in partnership with China Road and Bridge Corporation, the CRBC, is set to stage Africa's first ever public demonstration of a self-flying electric air taxi at the Aviation Africa 2025 Summit in Kigali on September 4 to 5. According to the Business Insider website, the demonstration is expected to serve as a live case study for African regulators and industry stakeholders, providing insights into the potential and safety of advanced air mobility. To summarize, the Liberia's General Auditing Commission, the GAC, is recommending consolidating all government salaries under basic salaries and restricting grants transfers to non-compulsory allocations in line with the approved chart of accounts. The Criminal Court A in Monrovia has denied a defense request for live media coverage of the Capitol building arson trial. And the Director General of the Africa Centers for Disease Control and Prevention on MPOX is urging that the public health emergency of continental security remain in place. That's the BCTV News up to the minute.